So I spent 90 minutes with Mosaic to try it out and see if it is living up to its name. Hi, I'm Lex from Text Reviews, and I'm a WordPress specialist by day and educator by night. And today we have looked at Mosaic for a live stream. And this is what we built. We built a navigation with a button. We have created a heading with a guy laughing on the right hand side. We have a nice looking loop. It's not that nice looking. It's more of the experience on how to edit it and how it works there. And we have made a nice little card. If you haven't looked at Mosaic yet, you can go to edit in Mosaic, watch the live stream for how this came to be. And here we have Mosaic. It's a nice looking builder. It's easy on the eyes. It's nice to navigate if you ask me. You have your default buttons like the menu where you can navigate to different pages. You can adjust the theme itself. So the templates, master components, Gutenberg styles and that sort of things. And we can exit to WordPress if you want. There are different themes that you can set up. You can set a live theme and a test theme. And we make changes in the settings itself, but that's just an overview of everything that's available. Besides that, you're just able to build the pages itself. You can add sections, you can create components, you can even use components within components, which is really awesome. This is, for instance, a section component that we built during the live stream where we have cards for the different tools that I have used in the past. Mosaic, Phantom WP, Build Areas, Edge WP, Gutenberg. And if you want to use the card in a single instance, because sometimes that happens, right? That you want to use a card for the tools in this case, but in a different page, you want to use it for one team member to show. Now, it doesn't make sense to create a whole new instance. You want to reuse the one that's already existing. And that's what happened right here. We can use it and we can make changes to the image that it's only used in this instance, which is really awesome. So we could also loop through dynamic data because this is fetched from an ACF field that I set up in the backend. If we go into our WordPress setup, we see that we have tools, and in tools we have Mosaic, Phantom WP, Build Areas, Edge WP, and Gutenberg 4. And that's how we can easily set up everything. Now, I do have to say that one thing that I really walked into was the arrow. In a design that I've created before, we have a accent arrow. And as you can see right here, the accent arrow wasn't easy to add. I tried to add an accent arrow. I tried to add a after class so that it will show afterwards. But yeah, it didn't work as expected. You can see the after. It added the arrows not only in the heading, but also at the button. So something went wrong there. Maybe I set it up differently, but this is what I would expect. Also, something that confused me a lot was that you have element subclasses and you have utility classes. I don't know what the difference are between those. It would be nice that either there's an explanation why they choose that you have element classes and element subclasses. I can see that we have text, we have paragraphs, headings, so I can imagine that these are classes specifically for headings. But what are subclasses? Why does there need to be a subclass for a heading? If we add something like accent, we add a heading and then we have a subclass for an accent. And what does utility do? I don't understand that. So it would be nice that either I would have looked into the documentation to understand why we need to add this, or that it is clear in the interface, because I haven't, in the interface, why this is available in that case. Other than that, I see a lot of CSS things are visually available. As you can see here on the right hand side, we can set the high typography, we're heading, the bold, we can see the background, the border, everything is available that you want. And if there's something still missing for you, you can go all the way down here, and here we have style decorations. As you can see right here, if I remove my face a little bit. Let's put mine back. If you look at the code outputs, that's also a little bit confusing as well, if you ask me. We look at the output and we go right here. We see that there are some classes in here, but I haven't set it up. This is not my naming convention that I use, and I'm very particular on how I set things up so that I can identify where I need to make the changes, right? Now we have the accent, we have the heading and the accent arrow. But if we look at our HTML, we don't see anything in there that's referencing back to the editor. For debugging, this makes a very annoying way of trying to debug it. If I want to make a change and don't know where I can change it, or where the annoying change is happening, then it's very hard for me to make the change in the right setting. Secondly, as you can see right here, here's a component instance. So it's a component that is used in a specific case. In this case, this is our tools section, but it's wrapped inside another div. I really dislike that. It would be nice if this is omitted because it's not needed. It's not needed to add an extra component for this instance. I just want to show the section. That's why I'm very particular on how to use this section, or I should be able to omit this section and just use the component instance in that case. I think the loop items, that sort of thing, it would be nice to can change it because items are in a list. And if you have a div, this should be a list instead of an item. And so like a UL or OL, and this should be a list item, so an LI. And here again, I would like to be able to omit the extra divs added if possible. It's not needed. It's extra for debugging. You need to go way deeper than you usually need to go, if you ask me. So yeah, that's a little bit on the CSS side what I'm missing for the classes. I haven't used anything for the dynamic data or whatsoever for the conditional logic, like viewing some things on one section and not viewing on another. But I see that there are a lot of conditional visibility options available, and I am assuming that you can do them without issue or whatsoever. We can also add attributes, and we can use custom CSS classes if you have set it up in your styles.css. Now for interactions, I haven't done that during my live stream, but you're able to add simple interactions like a hover action interaction, and then you have a nice looking timeline. If you have used something other that the team has built from Mosaic, it's called the slide revolution, if I remember correctly. And here you can just add an animation, and you will be able to do the animation initial to let's say 500, and you see that it will move now. You can set different kind of actions if you want to. This is the website of Mosaic Builder. If you're tired of design limits in WordPress, you can meet Mosaic, and it allows you to solve those problems. Yeah, you can check it out. I hope that this was helpful. If we look at the performance of everything, I think it's golden. It's not that heavy, if we can see here, 70 seconds, but I haven't used a baseline for that. So although in live stream at the end, you can see what the code profiler shows and also what the query monitor shows, I don't have a baseline yet, so I don't know how it will perform in with different page builders, for instance, like with Elementor, with Bricks, or with Gutenberg itself. So take that with a grain of salt. I hope that this overview video helped you out. And if it did, leave a comment down below with saying thank you, because it helps me out as well. And else, I can really recommend to watch the live stream that you can watch right there to see me struggle and also solve things for other people and also have a nice conversation. And if you want to join me next time, you can click this link. And as always, thank you for watching and keep designing. Bye bye.